Welcome today, holy ones, all of you regulars and all of you newcomers. This is a brand new opportunity to learn some higher code, some frequency, some knowledge, yes, about this huge universe of beings, what we call extraterrestrials, aliens, angels. Well, they're coming from somewhere, some place, some realm, some other world. Yes, Machiwa. And we're just going to explore that concept, that topic tonight. Makaya. I welcome you to set aside, your regular disbelief. This is a topic that requires a little bit of stretch of your imagination, your realization. Yes. We're going to be walking the other way, so the sun will be in my face, so don't worry about that. We're just in the nature, and as a matter of fact, since we're talking about aliens, one of the things that I've seen out here was a UFO. And so the topic of aliens, angels, UFOs, not everyone believes, right? Mokuya. I love pine cones. This is a cool tree, man. I wonder how old this tree is. Surrounded by these alien beings. They have different language. They're in a different state of consciousness. And when we talk about aliens, they're in a different reality. That's a different time frame. You would say a different dimension. And the guardians, the angelic guardian nations, the ones who serve love and light, those beings are reminding us about these aliens and how there's, hello butterfly, and how there's a spiritual war between these aliens. So we kind of mix the topic together of angels and aliens as being the same thing. We go into a little bit more descriptive formats, such as they're not only from other worlds, they're from other reality levels. And we break down the universe into a multiverse. And throughout the multiverse, there's 5 universes. And within those 5 universes, each universe has 3 dimensions. Progressive all the way up frequency. So the lowest universe, it's called the first one, the density universe 1. And it has this word density because that's what they are. We're separated by this matter form and consciousness. And reality is itself at a different frequency vibration. So these advanced alien species, they have mastery over travel through these interdimensional portals, what we call star gates. So they don't use light speed. Maybe some of them are pretty fast, but they're not relying on light speed. They're relying on jumping through stargates, because you can't get to another reality through speed. You'll just go out there and go out there and go out there. You actually get to a place through using one of these wormholes or portals or stargates. And that's where they're coming from. And if you guys have seen UFOs come and go, well, you can see they're kind of like disappearing. Well, where are they going? What happened? Machiwa. Put my glasses on. Say hello to all the star seeds, young Jedis, indigo children coming on in. Yes. Welcome to my live Christos Avatar, Holy Ones. We got Michael Wallace. Thank you, Holy One, for being here. KG, what's up, y'all? We also have, oops, it disappears on me. I don't know. Blastichan MMA tuning on in. All right. We got Nicole Nicole Bollington, thank you for the positive vibes. Daphne B, hello, Soul Stars. We got Logos here. Hello there, here, there, and everywhere. We got Black Sky, Portland, Oregon in the house. We got Isabel. I made it early today. All right. I'm so happy you're sharing your space with us, Holy One. Makuya. An amazing day. That's right. Nice and sunny here. Kuya. No clouds today, really. No. In the morning it was a little bit cloudy, but nothing I couldn't handle because I got the tent pretty covered up, tarps and everything. Home trails, yeah. It's, you guys, one of the big parts of my spirituality is going on trails and walks and hikes where you're alone and where you're actually actively processing your thoughts, which is what? Your thoughts, your consciousness, what is it? It's your energy. So you have some issues with energy, you have some issues with consciousness. So what we're doing is, it's kind of like a meditation almost when you go out into nature. First of all, you're outside the grid, which is heavy and radiating all this, electronic energy. You're surrounded by electronics, guys. You're in a grid, and outside the grid, you're in this energy. See, this energy is a little bit different. Now, this mountain right here, this range, I've seen a UFO go by, guys. Now, when we start talking about aliens and UFOs, one of the first things you need to realize, there's two different types of ships. Okay? So that means there's different occupants. We have mechanical UFOs. You see them, you look at them, look, you can see they're physical, so to speak, right? You see that they're made of our matter form. They're carbon-based technologies. They're from another galaxy, so they would use portals, not stargates. Stargates go to other realities. Portals and wormholes take you within the same reality, but different time vectors. So now remember, time-space is an illusion, but in the hologram we can make reference to time-space. And it's interesting how the higher time spaces, the higher evolved beings and time places are more evolved. They're way in the future to us. They're using those freaking super amazing technologies that they can just go to other realities, no problem. And we're still down here on Earth wondering if those realities exist, wondering if aliens or angels are actually real. Huh? Not all of us. Some of us are those extraterrestrial beings, star seeds, indigo children coming on in. We have on Earth now not only humans, okay? And we're not talking about body snatching or anything. We're talking about, hey, we have hybridization going on. We have different types of humans here. Not only one race. I'm not talking about the skin tones. I'm talking about literally you are part Anunnaki or part reptilian. Or if you're an indigo, you're part, you're going to be one of these star seeds from the Pleiades, Lyra star system. Some of you are working the gold flame Seraphi energy, so that would be reptilians, insectoid beings like the gray aliens, the praying mantis beings, the bird people. Isn't it interesting that a lot of our archaeology, you guys, like the ancient Egyptians, are showing half human, half alien beings? We look at them and they see animal heads. Hello. You look and see little reptiles as a little animal or whatever, but there's actual beings that are reptilian. Okay, as tall as us and much bigger, more advanced than us, kicking our asses around the galaxy. Machiwa, they're not schmucks. They're highly evolved, and we're not down here anyway. So they're a contender. They're a threat. They're beings that have a dark agenda against human race. And we're just talking about the reptilians. So the conversation about angels and aliens, well, it's a spiritual war, and it's an alien war. Okay, it's the same thing, alien spiritual war. And you're going to learn how these, you know, we just think about religions and shit, but no, there's there's universal, there's a universal decision that you have to make. Beings are either doing one of two things. They're either following service to self, like these aliens who are following just themselves. They could kill us about other life, and they will take over and dominate and control it and torture it and feed off it or entertain itself with it. Okay, that's a principle. That's one choice. Are you going to be like this? Are you like this? Are you narcissist? Are you a psychopath? Are you someone who vampires energy? These beings are vampires, not literal vampires. We're saying they take, they steal, they conquer. They're cold malice. Like, that's how a lot of these gray aliens are described. No emotion. And a lot of these contactees, abductees, they have testimonies of how these beings act towards them, how they were treated like little creatures or animals. This is the other side. This is the dark side. These beings just realize Satan and Lucifer don't come from Earth. That is ridiculous. But we're tricked, we're fooled, we're guiled into believing that, or knowing that, thinking that. Luciferian is a name of a Anunnaki race, an actual people, all right? An actual covenant. It existed in Atlantis, it exists now. It has nothing to do with Earth, it is something that came to Earth. Wickedness is not limited to Earth. Wickedness is limited, all the way up to the 11th dimension, and we're in the 3rd. That doesn't mean there's a mixture of light beings, good beings, positive beings, and there's a mixture of dark beings. Okay, so they're serving one side. The others, guardians, who are acknowledge creator, who acknowledge all as equal, who acknowledge that this is about universal family and love, and that you realize the connection that we all have. Even with the dark beings, they're all connected. We're all connected. We're all connected with God, and they go against that principle. A lot of them have even forgot what is God, or there is a creator, or anything like that. For them, it's all about, resources and what they can acquire and what power they can possess. We're not saying you trying to go and be successful is bad or wicked. No, we're not saying that. We're talking about how you're doing it. Are you doing it through vampirism? Taking is your thoughts. Check your thoughts, holy ones. Are you thinking dark, or are you thinking in light? Are you naturally loving and considerate and friendly? Or are you automatically naturally a thief, a criminal, a taker, someone who abuses, someone who manipulates? You see? Check yourself. Then you see maybe you are one of these hybrid beings with one of these souls in it. You have a human alien body with the alien soul. But what we've been learning, this is based off Asha Nadine and the Voyager's material and beyond. All of her workshops, all of her books, this is where we're speaking from. And so a lot of these beings used to be good. Okay, we all started good because that's the creators created these spaces and these realities and these beings who live in these realities, and they all were serving law of one, the universal sacred law of one. All are one. So we don't think about religions in those higher dimensions. That's an earth thing. That's a control system. They're controlling you and having you serve them. You are serving them with worship. You're serving them with your prayers. You're sending psychic energy to them, worship to them, praise to them. And you're following dark systems. You're following their dark gods, not human gods. They're Nibirian gods. On Earth, you're being tricked. You're being fooled. All you have to do is check it. Check it yourself for the law of one. Are they talking and treating others as equals? Or are they about domination and control and authority figures, elitism, hierarchy, power systems? Easy to check, right? You got discernment, the Holy One? Check. Most of you have already removed all those systems out of your life. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're checking. Check that religion. Check that relationship. Check that conversation. We're responsible. We're accountable, and we're the ones who are awakening. So we do have loving, beautiful, positive beings visiting us, and we have dark ones. It's complex here, vatos. It's not cut and dry. There's a lot of agendas going on down here with these alien beings. Even governments making contracts with them, with these super intelligent beings who you think you're fooling, who you think you're getting an upper hand. You see all this arrogance and pride in this 3D consciousness. They don't even realize they're dealing with what? Other reality, higher consciousness, higher advanced beings. They don't understand these concepts. 3D people, government people, they don't know about angelic warfare. They don't know who the Anu Elohim are. They don't know who the positive beings are. All they know is they want weapons. They want technology. They want advantage. That is 3D consciousness. So, let's take a realization of what's actually going on planet Earth and beyond. See, guys, thank you for joining me on my live. We got the keys in the house. High vibes in the house. Lola, how you doing, Lola? Yes. And as you awaken, Holy One, Lola, or anyone, you're going to find out that your current relationships maybe no longer serve you. And think about this. If you're awakened and you're trying to evolve yourself, but your partner isn't, think about that. That's holding you down, especially if that starts creating a conflict. Like you start arguing a lot now suddenly. Well, that's your DNA bowing it out. That being's DNA is probably, even without knowing it, a vampire. Vampiric. Taking energy. Getting an argument is, and being full of anger and hate, or just whatever, rage, jealousy, all those things. Well, that's psychic energy that you're sending to your partner that you care about. So we got people becoming aware. We're becoming aware. Sometimes our relationships will change. We have to change them. Otherwise, you're not going to grow. You're going to be stagnated. And this relationship is going to drag you down, and you're never going to fulfill what you truly want to unless you make changes, you guys. Part of a spiritual walk and a spiritual talk is making changes. And yes, you will see these positive light, angelic beings, man. And when you see them, when you feel them, the energy is so undeniable, so powerful. It makes you cry with like a, deep, emotional, loving joy. Tears, not sadness, not afraid or fear. You realize that this being has this amazing energy of love that showers you. It's like a field of energy, and you won't forget it for the rest of your life. But then you work your mind, you see these extraordinary experiences, you see a UFO and an alien, it changes you forever. You're not the same person anymore. You used to have doubts, and it's just Hollywood, that's just imagination, aliens aren't real. And then there's people in science who will say aliens won't even come here. By the time they get here with light speed, it'll be thousands of years, millions of years, and there's no point now by that time. Hello! Stargates. It's instant travel, vato. You don't wait around. It don't take time. That's why there's wars over stargates. Those are called by the Guardians the guardian nations, these Lyrians, Pleiadians, Syrians, we call them stargates. No, I meant to say Templar. The Guardians called stargates Templar. They called chakra. Chakra, the Hindu word. We call that a stargate. We call that a Templar. Now, we got this dark association with Templar now because there is dark Templar. Beings who are trying to control the stargates, trying to control the energies, which is what? Consciousness. They're trying to control consciousness. You control the gates. You control what comes and goes, holy ones. You control what consciousness is on earth. You distort that energy. You control that energy. Wow. And just so you know, according to the Guardians, according to Ashiana's work, this Egyptian, the Stargate, there's a Stargate under the Great Pyramid of Giza. It's not new, it's always been there. It's part of Earth's Templar, which you're learning today, new terms. Stargates, Templar, chakra. This is the Earth's chakra under the Pyramid of Giza. And it's under control by the dark side. Remember, there's wars over these things. Oh, they're gonna go invade some country. No, they're not. They're going to take out that, it's called activation site, or take control of an activation site, or try to take control of a major Stargate. There's a Stargate in Iraq, Iran area. There's a Stargate in the Russia area, in the mountains. There's a Stargate in Machu Picchu. There's a Stargate I just mentioned in Egypt. These are portals, gateways to other worlds, vatos. And there's Stargates, portals, wormholes, and suns, in planets. There's artificial elder race created wormholes. There's networks of wormholes and gates. Okay? You control that, you're controlling consciousness, you're controlling life, you're controlling any being's ability to leave or go, come and go. There's other Stargates. We have some of them. We control some of the gates. They control some of the gates. This is an angelic, extraterrestrial, spiritual war. Machua. Let's start walking the other way, but I want to say hi more. Tia. That's right, accountable. Lovable check. You said it. You guys got your brilliance. Thanks for your contributions. Nigel Pierce in the house. Compassion check. That's right. Snatched. Are you anything, JW? Are you talking to me, Vato? You want to speak to us? What do you want to say, Snap? What are you saying, Snap? Taya, Hakim, Psychic Owl, Jason, Isabel, Joel. Thank you, Linda Lyons. Thank you for becoming a member and supporting Christos Avatar, Holy One. Much respect. Another angel. We need more angels, not dark aliens. You had a visit from an AT that helped my neck. Saw it, felt it. So that's one thing. I'm glad you said that, Holy One. There's people who see UFOs and aliens, you know, in visions, in dreams, in reality. There's others who don't. What's that all about? That's about your perception. That's about your ability to perceive, once again, based on your personal Templar chakra. Okay? Remember, these are stargates. These are openings. These are gateways to that dimension of reality. Fourth, that's a connection to the Giza plateau. You could access it. Oh, this is not my territory. Let's go back to my area. You could access it through consciousness. I just want to say, some of you may not be aware, but I've been a week, 7 days. 7 days No smoking. This is just pure raw energy and consciousness. And I had my first lucid dream in a long ass time, you guys. OMG. Changing your diet, changing your habits, those things can really boost your potential. Okay, some things are simply holding you down. This body can be a block for you or a blessing to your spiritual development. So we have to get real sometimes and make big changes. Maybe we don't want to. We're not, some of you not ready for certain changes, but there's not much time, you guys. There is no time. The time is now. Spiritual awakening is happening now. You know, you don't wait around tomorrow for that. I also need to get my water, so let's go back to camp. Kuyes Matua. Blessings, Vato Locos. We learn about these beings. Isn't it interesting how the fake Galactic Federation are and these other spiritual systems and teach you not to do this stuff. Don't think about negative things like fallen angels and demons and aliens and shit. What? Hello. You'll hear all these New Agers saying that shit. Just be love and light. And the you know, hello, Vato Locos. They have been conquering us in Lemuria. They destroyed it. Were those Lemurians peaceful? Were they positive manifestors? Were they sweet and nice? There goes your bullshit New Age distortion. Love and light, love and light, love and light. What happened to Atlantis? It was destroyed by fallen angelic aliens, regardless of how happy and hippie you were. Regardless of how sweet and loving you were, your race was wiped off the planet, man. We were destroyed in seeding human seeding 1, including nice, loving, sweet people. We were destroyed in humans. That was by the Anunnaki. Jehovah did that one through the Nephilim, mentioned in your Bible. ETs are in your Bible. Jehovah is an ET in your Bible. The ones giving you your Bible, your religion, your creeds, false creeds, that's what the Guardians call them, because they're not the original creeds, homie. They're not God's original intention. They're against God's original intention. They're against the Christos. That's called anti-Christos. You can be sweet and loving, love and light all you want, honey. If you're not talking about the dark beings and what they're doing, what they have been doing, did you know that they have invaded inner Earth? Do you know that they have taken over parallel Earth? And you're still in love and light. Love and light, only love and light. That's called the new, this is what Ashiana calls it. The love, how does she say it? The love and light clueless movement. You guys are representing, homie, the clueless movement. So we realize the truth, the danger that there's beings trapped from ascension because of your love and light movement. You're being called a chosen one because of these love and light movement. You're being tricked. You're being fooled. You're being set up, homie. Yeah, we're love and light. That's our principle. But if you don't talk about darkness, if you don't talk about the shadow, if you don't do your ego work, Machiwa, you're not going through no Stargate. You're not opening your Templar Holy Ones through only love and light. Realize you acknowledge Jehovah, Yahweh. You know what they have done. Horrible, horrible things, man. They have blown up planets. You remember Darth Vader? Says, see right here, Leia. See right here as I destroy your planet. All the love and light beings on that planet are history now. Gone. You see the danger behind that facade? Awaken, holy ones. Awaken. There's healers. There's warriors. Okay? There's Templars. There's priests. Did you know Jeshua was part of the priests of Ur? Did you know that indigo children are part of priests of Ur? Did you know that you go through Sirius G, SG6, Stargate 6, connected to your third eye? You got your activated third eye, holy ones. What do you think guardians are called guardians for? Why are guardians guarding? Because they're love and light and sweet and don't do nothing? No, Fato, because they acknowledge the guardianship. You have a covenant here. We deal with fallen angelics. We're behind enemy lines. Don't give me that love and light bullshit. Because you're the ones bringing us down. You're the ones falling for Archangel Michael. You're the ones serving these forces, giving them energy, subservience, blind worship. There you go. Sending your prayers to these gods, still worshiping Egyptian gods, which are aliens and from other dimensions. They fooled the Sumerians, they're fooling the New Age, they're fooling you. So what are you gonna do? Are we doing something? Are you gonna change something, Vatos? Yes, that's right. We're gonna look at the darkness. We represent the light. What does the light do? The light shines against darkness. You don't just ignore it. That's a fool. That's a clown. You don't just ignore it. You're not safe. Your children are not safe. Go ahead and be a hippie and play in the desert and don't think about the darkness and just be set up for it. You're setting yourself up for it, homie. Look what's happening to us, to the planet, to the Republicans, the Democrats. Do you see wickedness in the world? Do you see the reptilians in the world? Do you see the Anunnaki in the world? While you're going around and doing all this stuff and not worrying about it, you don't think about it, you don't research about it. You don't know nothing about these alien beings. You don't know nothing about these fallen angels because you don't think about those things. You put those things out of your mind. You don't learn about what criminals do. You don't learn about what the dark illuminated ones do. No, that's all dark thoughts. Don't think about those things. So this is a multi-dimensional universe, okay? More than one reality field. These beings are coming through time. They go through gates. They just went through time. They just came to the past. They came to here. They just went through within a few seconds. Now they're suddenly have this opportunity to come to our planet and go to one of those underground bases. And they have their organization there. They have their technology and their resources there. There's things coming out of Antarctica. There's things coming. I'm in Nevada. I'm not far from Area 51. You know, there's real things going on with aliens, dude. If you guys are still not believing in aliens, what are you? What do you think all this is based on? All the TV shows? You think that's all fantasy? You don't think any of that's real. You think it's all bullshit and it's all about Jesus and God. I love Jesus. We love God. Okay, just not from religion, not from those alien systems, those dark phantom systems, those dark, wicked, angry God systems. You know, those judgmental systems. Okay, we're not having it. Guardians don't have it. Nuh-uh. We're not the love, light, and clueless movement. We protect ourselves. We're not lambs. We're lions. Lyrans. Remember your lions? You remember that giant sphinx in the middle of the Giza Plateau? That's an extraterrestrial homage, Vatos. This is the Lyran planet at a lower level. You know you ascend. You ascend to a higher dimension. So does the planet. The planet isn't always going to be Earth, is it? The planet will go through her ascension. And it's only because of her ascension why we're going through ascension. We're on her body. Okay? Mother Earth is doing her thing, and you're going to have to go along with it or not. Okay? But this whole ascension is about aliens, vatos. This whole world, all your sacred beliefs, all your lifestyles, all your laws and commandments are based on these dark alien beings. Most of them are patriarchal. It's a form of control. If you want to control a species, control the genders, control the resources of the planet, control the power systems. Introduce money systems, introduce religions, introduce all these things to control. It's about control. You're not God sovereign free. You're saying something else is your God because you don't recognize law of one. You don't see it. You're lost. You forgot it. Because your religion, which is extraterrestrial, is telling you otherwise. It's enslaving you. You're no longer God sovereign free. And then when someone says, I'm God sovereign free, you think that's blasphemy. You see how that works? You're preaching, you're angry at other people, and you're saying they're right and you're wrong, or you're right and they're wrong. See the problem here? Do you feel the problem? Can you feel it? Come on, vatos, feel. Do you feel? How does that make you feel when someone tells you you're a terrible, inferior human? Oh, that's a nice one. Who says that? Who says that? Thank you for bringing your space and your awareness to this topic tonight. We're not schmucks. We're not love, light, and clueless. We are understanding. Don't you want to understand what the F is going on? Or do you want to remain clueless? I want to know. You want to know. Some of you know. What's up? A lot of you have seen these beings, man. And guess what? We don't need other people to believe us. Right? Did you guys ever think about that? You don't need no one to agree with you or believe you. That you saw an actual angelic being that had some cat features or looked like a Pleiadian. Or you don't need your family to agree or believe. They will say that you're mixed up in some satanic Luciferian stuff. That's what your religious family is going to tell you. They're going to say you need help. There's something wrong with you. You're the black sheep of the family, most likely. Because you've liberated yourself from their extraterrestrial beliefs. And their dark agendas. Their dark characteristics. So eventually you get tired of it, you guys. Eventually you don't want to be around such judgmental people. And you ever thought about this? Aren't religions and spiritual systems supposed to make you a better person? Exactly. You don't see no better people coming out of there. Oh, you'll find some sweet, loving people. My parents are one of those sweet, loving Christians. You're going to find some sweet, loving people in those religions. Okay? They're innocent for the most part in their own mind. They're innocent and they're loving and they're going to go to heaven and all this. I mean, that's what's in their mind. When they don't even know what their God is. Most Christians don't know God has a name. They don't know that their God has a name. What's God's name in the Bible? Do you know God's name? For your information, God doesn't have a name. God doesn't have a gender. God has no penis. It's not some patriarchal, sexist God. Certainly not some angry God. We explain the universe. By the time you get to the third density universe, you no longer have a body, vatos. You don't have no junk. You're not a boy. You're not a girl. But people are still stuck in carbon matter. They have no idea of those alien beings and other matter forms. Not just advanced. Not just more intelligent. not just with more advanced technologies and stuff, but they also have more evolved bodies, more advanced structure. Understand? They live forever. They're immortal. Those concepts don't jive with the 3D people who are dying in mortality and diseases. We think that doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. There's not people living in immortality. Oh, God says if you believe in Jesus Christ and you in the Son and that you will go to heaven and you have a new body. Vatos, when you're in density 2, everyone, believer or a non-believer, just being in density 2, you're immortal. You everlasting life has nothing to do with Jehovah, Yahweh, or anything, any other being. It has to do with living there. And if you exist in the 6th dimension, alien, human, whatever, you are an angel. You are what's called a celestial being. You have this body, like sometimes you have wings, sometimes they don't. According to Ashiana, most don't have wings, some do. That's when they have in their DNA a lot of the alien being called Ceres. Okay, that's a gold flame alien race. We're going to explain blue flame, gold flame, violet flame. It's not just some hippie, spiritual, lofty concept. Okay, because to understand aliens and angels, we really have to break down the structure of reality first, because people are clueless otherwise. They're talking about gods and talk about Thoth. They talk about Enki and Enlil. They're freaking clueless. So some of you who may be new, you want to stay on to the end because you have incentive. You're going to probably hear things you never heard before. Machiwa. You'll have things explained to you that are going to activate your DNA. Christos Avatar, we do that here. Machiwa. You get downloads, vatos, here. You get awarenesses, homies, because you will remember. And like some of you are saying, you're going to start seeing these beings. No longer it's a joke. No longer it's a maybe. No longer some, bullshit. People say that doesn't exist. You're an idiot. You believe in that stuff? Remember, you don't need no one to agree with you. When you know, you know. When you've experienced it, it's another confirmation. One after another confirmation, holy ones. Machiwa. Thank you for joining me on Christos Avatar. Oh, yes. I could apologize for being so intense, but no, I'm not sorry. This is exactly what is needed for this to be realized. I mean, there's some type of context to the darkness here, man. And if you don't learn how to protect yourself, that's one of the pitfalls, right, of those people. They have no clue how to protect themselves. They have no clue, since they're not learning about it, about the beings who can attach to your fields, about the beings who can drain your fields, about the beings who can influence your consciousness. Oh, but you're not learning about that shit. Lola, thank you, Holy One. You're so kind. Look at you. That dub guy. Patty Paparazzi. Thank you, sister. You're awesome. You know you are. What's up? Thank you, sister. Yeah, amazing view. This is my backyard for a few more days. Pretty soon you guys are going to see me in a new house. What's up? few more days. Psychic Al Jason, thank you, Holy Vato. Supporting Christos Avatar, King Gurgo Smurgelson. What's up, Vato? Hakeem, Linda Leons. My Chiba guys. Thank you so much for being a member. And you can also be a member on my Patreon. And there, if any of you want to, it's $50. But if you want to, you can be we can have a one-on-one consultation about whatever you want to talk about. There's no judgment on my part. I'm following law of one, Vatos. And the law of one, the guardian materials, hello, the guardian materials talk about these dark beings. Okay? Your New Age system don't. That's why you're getting freaking raped by the Galactic Federation, because you have no clue. You're just gonna follow the systems without realizing law of one. You guys, we're better than that. I don't mean better. What I'm saying is we can do better. We can set ourselves up for success or set ourselves up to be freaking railroaded. Up to you. The alien angel topic is very serious. It's not a joke. These beings are real. We got beetle beings. That's the Andromes. A lot of you New Agers are channeling turtle beetle beings who are extremely dark. It doesn't sound impressive to be a beetle being. Hello, the Anunnaki and the reptilians are afraid of these beings. What does that say? They're the same creatures. They're called necromatons. Necromancy? Hello, dead flesh eating creatures? Necromatons. They're the ones who created this hybrid with a human. It doesn't look very pretty. It's called the Men in Black. You take a turtle, a reptile being, not reptile, I just said it, beetle. You take a beetle being, mix it with a human, you get Men in Black. It's not human. Well, it's part human. Not only human. And there's a lot of depictions. They don't look attractive. But there's plenty of people who will see a reptilian in somebody's face or eyes for a second, even. You'll see your fourth strand, chakra, Templar, starts to kick in. Then you have the vision. Even if for a moment, you can see in somebody's field. You'll be looking at someone, having a conversation with someone. Then suddenly, whoa. You'll see something in their face, dude. That's not human. It's not a trick. You're not high. You're not drunk. This is something you can perceive, that anyone can perceive when you develop yourself. Just like you develop yourself, now you can have lucid dreams. Now you can have past life regression. You can remember your future lives. You can communicate with these and see these. You can go out of your body. You can have astral vision, and you can heal things with your palms. This all this is real, man. This is Templar. Your chakra are vortices, man. They're round like the planet. Okay? The God is round. Everything is round. And we are working with these powers. We're activating them. We're learning about what they are. What is this stuff? It's your gateways to these levels of reality, these beings. This is your gateway to other worlds. Like the name of the title of this video. While 3D people are just eating junk food and going and partying, getting high, whatever. We're not judging you. You do what you want. What we're saying is you completely oblivious to spiritual life, spiritual abilities, spiritual perceptions. And then in your drunken state, in your 3D state, you're going to criticize people like us. You're going to judge starseeds and indigos, holy ones, who have activated higher Templar while you're still sleeping down here, honey. See? You're in the solar plexus consciousness. 1, your groin, your butt. 2, you're still about sex, the groin. 3, finally you get into the solar plexus, the mind. And maybe that's the human race for you. Survival, sex, and ego. Mind, reasoning mind, ego. That's where the ego is. So most humans can only think, understand, and express survival, sex, and ego. So when they get in a conversation with a starseed who also has survival and sex and mind, but more, hello, humanity, emotion, love, spiritual realities, truth, going into that vision, clairvoyance, seeing. And when you see across other timelines, not just limited to your planet, not just limited to your people, but other beings from other worlds. And the 3D people down here are gonna look at you, laugh at you, mock you, put you down because they think you're stupid. They think you're ignorant for believing in these things in other worlds. Vatos, this is where you grow beyond that. You don't allow yourself to don't live for other people. Don't make decisions, oh, they don't like it, so I don't look cool, or I don't want to look bad. You're still there? Are you still down there? Rise, holy ones. Rise to these higher levels of your spirit, man. You are a multidimensional alien yourself. Do you think when you finally leave the freaking ego and ascend, spiritually metamorphosize, change into the higher self, you don't look like this, homie? A 3-strand DNA creature and a 4-strand don't look the same, much less a 5D being. You truly are gonna look alien. You're still human, but you look different because you have more DNA. Down here, we got something that the Nibirians did to us. Now we got a base 4 code in everything. We think everything that's normal. That everything only has a DNA chain of 4 possibilities. Hello. When you learn this information, which is once again Ashana Dean and the Voyagers and beyond, we would say she's made a lifetime of different spiritual workshops covering all of the ascension mechanics that you could possibly understand or believe or realize in one lifetime. There's so much knowledge coming down, guys. There is literally workshops from 1998 all the way to now. Do you think you can even read all that, learn all that? So what I'm saying is, this is the most profound spiritual knowledge on the planet. And yes, we're talking way beyond all the New Agers who are limited to Galactic Federation and Archangels. They're only going towards Archangel systems and occult systems and witchcraft systems. This is most people that have been seduced into the dark alien agendas. The Jehovians have an agenda. The Greys have an agenda. They've been coming in World War I, World War II. They came in Atlantis. They came in Lemuria. This ain't New Age anything. This is ancient. These beings are billions of years old. When you learn that our reality, we're not talking about the planet, we're talking about the entire reality, is 950 billion years old. This is according to the Guardians. But this is also a cycle. So our current cycle is 950 billion. There's more before that. Before the, start over. Okay, that's a huge cycle. On Earth, we talk about something called the Owego cycle. This is a 26,556 year cycle. That's a little bit more manageable than billions of years. Okay, that's where we are. We're in this cycle of 26,556 year cycle. Remember this number, 26,556 year cycle. It's science, it's physics. You know when it happens, you know it's gonna happen, and you know when it's gonna happen. Okay, it's on my multi-dimensional time matrix diagram. It's in Ashana's information. If you guys want to become a member for only $5, there's a join button. You guys see that little dollar sign? You saw a few people join already. This is going to lead you to the diagram. You get the diagram for free for being a member. So thank you guys for being a member, because this diagram is freaking huge. You see the multiverse. You see all the aliens messing with us, which are the ones in Nibiru, the Necromatons, which are Anu Dracos. Get that. That's a Anunnaki fallen angel mixed with a reptilian fallen angel. So you're part Anunnaki, you're part reptilian. That's what the beings are on Nibiru. They're not Anunnaki. They're Anu Draco. They're Inky is an Anu Draco, the Enlil and Marduk, and something called Pleiadian Samyasi, the same ones that visited Billy Myers. These are Luciferians, vatos. I'm not calling them that. The teachings aren't calling them that. That's what they call themselves. And guess what? They don't look human. Even though some people are following Galactic Federation and following these people saying that Inky is good, and Inky is good. Oh, Christians say Jehovah is good. Hello. Jehovah is not human. Inky's not freaking human. And you got people in the New Age movement saying that Inky created my race. Oh yeah? You don't look like a serpent insectoid reptilian. First of all, Inky is not. This is a spiritual concept. Inky is not an individual. Inky is a people. All right? Thoth. This Egyptian god Thoth is part of that race. Thoth is an Inky! Anunnaki! No, Anu Draco. But we call them Anunnaki, and it gets a lot of people confused. But they are half Anunnaki and half reptilian. So what's up, vatos? It's not hard to understand. I'm part Hispanic, and my mom's white. There's aliens who are part Syrian, part Pleiadian. Okay? There's mixed beings out there. And Inky, Enlil, and Marduk are part of them. Okay, let's lay down who they really are. Because they're part Anunnaki. So let's say the Inky and the Enlil and the Marduk. Marduk is coming from Omicron, mixed with Anunnaki. Omicron and Anunnaki. There you go. There's Marduk. There's a reptilian called Odedicron. That's part reptilian, part bird. Hello, Enlil. Not human looking. All this shit coming from Zachariah Sitchin. Bullshit. Is that where you're learning about this stuff? You're learning about the reptilians and Anunnaki from Zachariah? That's a co-op, or what do you call that? Psyop, vato. You're getting fooled. This guy came out with a bunch of books about Enki and Enlil and Marduk and the Garden of Eden and all this shit. I want to know, maybe some of you watching, please tell me, where are you reading that Inky created black people and Latinos? Who the F is saying that shit? What book are you getting that from? What video? What teacher, so-called teacher? I want to know, because I will make a video about that. Exactly. Please, someone watching this video who believes that Inky created black people and Latinos. Do I look freaking reptilian and serpent and insectoid? They're on a different planet, vatos, and they make hybrid beings. They'll make cyber beings. They make creatures and things. That's what, all these beings are geneticists. They create races. They create hybrids, no problem. You're too busy thinking about clones. What the F? They're making real beings and putting their own consciousness into them. F your freaking clones. Who cares about your clones? There's hybrids, vato. You're not talking about hybrid, a human reptilian? What do you think the people in power are? There's been rumors those people are part reptilian. You got this guy, what's his name called? He's a British guy. He's talking about the reptilians. What's his name? forgot his name for some reason. I see his face clearly. I forgot his name. Ike. David Ike. David doesn't know all the Guardian information. He's got a few distortions. But kudos to him for being one of the first to talk about them. Everyone thought he was stupid and crazy. Hello, vatos. They're not the only hybrids on planet Earth. You've been listening at all? There's all kinds of creatures and things on Earth. So, thank you for being part of this. Let's go inside the castle and do some incense and get into it. Yeah. At nighttime, I got to put up my tailgate though, because somehow, some way, these mice know how to get inside with the tailgate down. So I'm gonna put the tailgate up. My leftover banana, I'll get that in the morning. Need my water. Make sure my cab is locked up, because there's been a few people saying that someone's out here stealing people's gas and shit, or whatever they're gonna steal. And I usually give Peanut some peanuts. He's right here, this is a little home. He must love him, man, because he takes every single one, every single time I put down peanuts. So that's why we started calling him Peanut. I think I might have some leftover bread, but that's inside. I don't want to go in there and come back out, so he'll be happy with that. And I know some of these guys are coming, they're trying to get in my tent at night. I sometimes have to hit my bag and say, hey, go away, you're not invited. Just want to make sure it's locked. Let's see if the Black Widow's out yet. I don't see her yet, but she'll be here. We should name her. Didn't we? Someone already gave her a name, right? Don't go there, buddy. I see a little bug flying around. Don't go that way. You don't want to be eaten alive by a Black Widow. Eaten alive. That's some effed up consciousness. Who created that one? You know why people are scared of spiders? Because there's an alien spider being that's freaking... The super soldiers have talked about them. The secret space people, they talk about these spider beings on other planets. They talk about spider beings in Vietnam. The Viet Cong had this shit. They were dealing with it. I mean, that's tonight's topic, alien beings. What do you think they did in Pearl Harbor? What do you think they did in World War II? What do you think well, I can't say their name. It's a hashtag. It's a no-no hashtag. You know, those naughty guys those naughty people from Germany. They got all that shit figured out, and they got contact with an alien race, and they got way far ahead of us because of that. Whoa, there's a black cricket. I want to show you guys this because you don't probably believe me here. And I wouldn't doubt that there's some alien out there with a cricket head or some shit. Where do you think these beings are based off of on our planet? He's like jumping away. Those black crickets come all under my tarps. They love my tarps. They must stay cool under my tarps. We got this going on, vatos. It's going down, homie. What's up, spiritual G's? Yeah. I gotta take this monitor down. Sorry. Ah. Yeah, it's definitely hot inside my tent. Because I put all this, so you have your tent, and then you throw a big tarp on top of your tent. And because I'm in a desert, dude, and it makes a huge difference in temperature. It improves it. But you get stuffy, though, because you got a tarp on top of your tent. See, that's normal. That's the tarp over it. So the cane's nice and cooler in the daytime. And at least on that small part I keep open, I can leave the windows wide open. And these are all open. But anyways, if you guys remind me, we're going to look at spirit orbs later when it gets dark. That'll be fun, right? Let me turn on the light and shit. I use a battery pack to do that. I just found out yesterday. Lithium battery, vato. A small power bank, but it's enough for a little fan and this light. It's a little circular fan that I have to plug into the battery because even though it's like this, it's hot. So I turn this on, turn the outlet on, and we should have power. I hope. Oh gosh. What's up, vatos? Are you on? Why aren't you turning on? Turn on. Okay, you're on. Turn the AC on. Okay, it's on. Is this not on? It's not. The fan is not coming on. Oh, there it is. Thank you guys for your patience. And also, we'll light some incense because it helps protect the space. And in the beginning, you always do prayers. Whenever you do this type of work, you're always working with positive energies. And you keep, when you do it regularly, because that's what we are. We're priests of light. We're working with the energies regularly. We get familiar with working with crystals. That's energy, that's consciousness. We get used to working with alkaline diet or some type of pure spiritual diet. You get used to changing your vibration, changing your thoughts, changing your ego. We're expanding, we're awakening. What's up? I mean, wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have all these dark beans after our ass? I mean, shit. When you start to look at the history now, and when the Atlantis was here, Lemuria, and even before in Eden and Tara, we lived in a special continent called Eden. It's not from Earth. Eden is not from Earth. The garden, Eden, the beautiful land, it's in Tara. Tara is not distorted like Earth. Earth is distorted, vatos. The planet is distorted. So the consciousness, you, me, living on Earth, we have phantom within ourselves. That's why everyone needs to heal, because we're on a planet that is distorted. It's not our original homeworld, Lucille. You know that statement from Dune? The Fremen with their blue eyes, indigo child, special spiritual beings, Muad'Dib. Remember, sound, and that's what Muad'Dib was using. There's more power in sound than light. You're seeing cymatics? What do you think? The military is learning how to use sound now, because it's freaking unbelievably powerful. It's primordial to light. Remember, in the beginning, God was sound, not light first. Light came later. Light's lower. Machua. Take some incense. Even though you guys are just into aliens, some of you're not into the spiritual stuff. Well, these beings are. They understand these concepts. They're working with them. Higher evolved, when you become higher evolved, you're going to be working with energy and frequency. Okay? It's not something you just get around and forget about and don't utilize. Everyone else in the civilization is becoming these higher evolved beings. Your body becomes more evolved. Your consciousness, your psychic powers, your connection to God, all becomes better at the next level. That's why you have incentive to go through a spiritual awakening, to go through that ascension, which is what? Going through a stargate. You die, your body dies. Nothing dies, but when your body is done and your spirit goes, it's your spirit that's still there. It's still evolving. It didn't die. The body did. Even when you sleep every night. Your body's not sleeping. I mean, your spirit's not sleeping. Last night, I was flying. I was flying, guys. It was so freaking unbelievable. It was so awesome. I was so happy. I said, this is a lucid dream. Do something cool. Let's fly. Yeah, what? Actually, it's kind of too cold. I gotta put that farther away or point it not directly at me. Satvia, thank you for becoming an angel member, Holy One. And you guys remember, you got that membership. If you have problems finding the diagram, it's on my Patreon, and it's on my YouTube community tab. But on the community tab, you have to find it. I think it's somewhere at the bottom, or ask me or Starman or Indigo if they're here for a link to the. Well, you have to be a member. So if you just put it on public, everyone's gonna know it. So the members who want to find out, okay, if you just go to my community tab on YouTube, you'll find it. If you go to my Patreon, there's a link below. Just look below in the description. There's a link, because it's a very valuable resource. And right now, we're all dealing with the fact that. Well, anyways, never mind. We'll go on. Put some sacred incense on. It's sacred because it's helping you cleanse your own aura field. I'll put some other types of incense, like benzoin. Psychic Owl. I think I might have already said that one, right? Oh, that's the last one I can see, you guys. I can't go farther than that. If some of you have made donations, I'm sorry if I didn't. Oh, yeah, of course. Patty Paparazzi. I thought I didn't. I might have missed it. Cody. Cody Markham. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Holy One. Much respect, Vato. That's awesome. Starman is here. What's up, Starman? Yeah, wasn't it awesome? Cody's cool. It's very interesting, you guys. If you guys have seen the Voyager's material, there's something crazy you may not know. According to Voyagers, there was a massive destruction in Atlantis. It was so bad, because it was using a 24 gigantic, colossal sized crystals, 12 on particle universe, 12 on the parallel particle Earth, parallel Earth, and they used them. They weaponized it. They ran it through the planetary grids. They were using the planetary grids to with these crystals, and they were trying to destroy Lemuria. But what they accidentally did, this is one of the times there was a destruction, right? They ended up not understanding the technology and backfiring it and actually destroying Atlantis instead of Lemuria. So there was a cataclysm, a major cataclysm that even just broke off some of the morphogenetic field of the planet Tara, which is a future planet, gigantic, colossal compared to Earth. This is a more evolved level of this Earth. Okay? Pieces of it broke off, fell into a black hole of a sun, fell into density 1. We're in density 1. Earth, or Tara, density 2. Well, those pieces from density 2 Tara fell to density 1 Earth through a sun. I mean, not Earth, through a sun. And those were 12 pieces. 12 pieces of planet Tara. Are you getting me so far? From the destruction, okay? From these giant crystals and the things that he did. It destroyed pieces that fell down to our level. These are what became our 12 planets, Vatos. Right? So, you just mentioned Saturn. That's one of pieces of Tara. It's not a sun. All these planets have a core that's like a sun inside the planet. What we see as our sun, you got all this flat earth bullshit, right? They have no clue, okay? This is a core of another planet. It's not even something we think what it is. So when we know that there's stargates and suns and planets and moons or whatever, hello. So these 12 pieces are all going to have life. You think 12 planets were created and only Earth has life? Hello. Look at Tesla's memoirs. Tesla was speaking to these other pieces of Tara, to these other civilizations on other planets in our solar system. We're not a natural solar system. Okay? So this is all pieces of a greater level that will all have to go through their own ascension process. Each one of them are going to have their own stargates. Our planet has an inner Earth. Is there an inner Venus? Is there an inner Neptune? We know that there's an inner Gaia. We know there's a parallel Gaia. There's a parallel Earth. There's also a phantom Earth. So you can have alien beings coming in from the parallel universe. They use stargates too. You can have alien beings, well, spirits, coming through bodies, hybrid bodies from the phantom. So you got some wicked dark avatars coming down to our 3D Earth. Like going into the bodies of one of these down here. Reality is a trip. Reality is more science fiction than science fiction. Smudge yourself, man. Not Sickinsons. You might as well just put that down, put it in the garbage, don't even use it if you don't have resin. Or you can get a real cheap little oil lamp, even from Walmart, and you'll put essential oils. You'll have a tea light, and that will, you know, put those energies in your air if you don't want to use smoke. Some of those are called diffusers. Or just use an oil lamp. So, I want to talk about something very personal. Because some of you are connected to the Lyrans, right? I mean, you're starting to see them. What's with this light? It sucks, huh? Like, I've had several visions of these beings. I've seen them. I was there with them. And maybe it's hard for a lot of people to understand, but when you're higher evolved being, you're able to change your shape. Every being that I saw, they're all changing shapes at those levels. Reality itself, if you see the what would you call it? The unified field. You could actually see the unified field, guys. It's moving. It's changing shape. It has potential energy just waiting for consciousness to work with it. Science has no clue, man, down here. No clue, man. The closest ones that can get it are quantum physicists, because they start to realize there is no solid particles. Then that should change your whole reality. That should be a reality, like a paradigm shift, when nothing is solid. Now I'll take that a step farther. If nothing is physical and solid, really, everything is a vibration. If everything is energy, well, well, I'm made of energy. An object is made of energy. It's not solid. That's not solid, really. It's the illusion of being solid. So, when you go through a Stargate, you're an energy being at this vibration. Right now. But if you go to through a Stargate, you come out faster. Unless you're going into the past, you're going from a higher dimension, you're going to go slower. It's energy. That's why all these spiritual people talk about energy. It probably drives you nuts because you don't even know what that is. What are they talking about energy all the time? These beings know this up there. Well, most of them do, right? They can do things we can't yet. In carbon matter, we can't walk through a wall. They could walk through walls. What's up? I show the spirit orbs. They go through walls. What's up? Oh, we can't? Yes, you can. If you can go out of your body, what does that mean? It means you can go anywhere. If you can go out of your body and go somewhere else, whoa, you're not limited to a body. Shit. We live a life limited. We're not, for the most part, we're not exploring other dimensions with our consciousness. Not everyone is. A lot of you are just waiting for Tesla to take us to Mars or something, when you could just go into a deep meditative state and do it yourself through consciousness and gates. What's up? Have you done it, Davian? Yes, we do it. We're energy workers, light workers, empaths, psychic development. Hello, connecting to spiritual energies that you don't believe in. And that's okay. Not yet. Maybe someday you'll get there. Realize we're not physical. Realize we're not a soul. That's a BS. Everything is alive. Where does the soul come in when everything is freaking alive? You have to have a soul to be alive. Bullshit. The particles of every fiber of your anatomy is alive. Think about that one. While you're here, you have trillions of cells. cells, cells in your body, trillions. Those are all living beings having their own journey inside your body. Maybe they don't know the united being that you are. They see a microscopic portion of your entirety. That's what we see as in God right now. We only see a small part of God. We don't see the grandest, highest potential of our own identities. Those are our identities. And remember, there's no time space. It's not happening like the Hindu people are saying. There is no reincarnation like they think. You don't go here and die and become a new person and live and then die and then become another person. No, it doesn't work that way. You're living here. They're living there. The future self is living there now. All creation is living in the now, not in the, because what we call the past is a slower vibration happening at the same time as the future faster vibration. Not like the Hindus say, you die and then become another, what? No, this is happening, and this is happening. And you as a psychic person can connect to that past life, future life, other self in the now. They're in the future and the time, so to say. Well, communicate to them now from here through chakra, through consciousness, through intention. Okay? So that's all humans' potential. It's your potential, homie. I haven't done that yet. Well, you can. You will. We're supposed to evolve out of this place. You're supposed to heal your karma, awaken yourself, your DNA, and start to receive the world in a different way. And that's what's happening on Earth, guys. A lot of people, me, you, a lot of people are experiencing this, man. It's freaking unbelievable. If you could get yourself to go through all those necessary changes, you guys, you will be living a supernatural, paranormal life. Like you'll like be regularly getting all kinds of vibrations and energies and communications and visions. You're like, I don't want to see all that shit. Well, you're not there yet. You're not ready, honey. Get yourself ready. heal yourself and come out and play in these other levels of your consciousness. KBO Psycho finally started reading Voyagers. Been in spiritualism for about a month now. Thanks, Crystal Avatar, for replying back to my emails. Thank you, Kaiba. Yeah, I try my best, you guys. I have 250,000 viewers. Every few seconds, there's a notification from one of these platforms. That's crazy. I can't. What? Thank you, Julio. That is a 500-page PDF, but it is freaking will change your life, you guys. It will answer you so many questions about religion, about aliens, about angels, about fallen angels, about what's happening on planet, what's the deal with the Stargates, the Templar, well, all this. And that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. There's the years and years and volumes of work. You could probably find some of the stuff. What's it called? Telegram. There's a lot of people sharing a lot of work. So on Telegram, you just gotta find it if you know how. So, my Chiwa. Let's add some more sacred space. Maybe eat an orange. I'm looking for my amber. You guys don't have to believe everything I say, or what Ashana says, or the Voyagers, Guardian material, or anyone. If you're not resonating with certain topics, then you're not ready, or you just have a different truth, and that's fine. Amber's powerful, dude. Shit. Woo! Yeah. I have seen the Lyrans lucidly, vividly, absolutely clearly, greater than this world. And they do look like cat people. They're an alien race called the Christos. I mean, their race is called the Anuhazi. They live in the 12th dimension, and it's the 12th dimensional consciousness that is called Christos. And in today's world, we use the word Christ, but the original word is Christos. And you'll see us sometimes spelling it with a K, because that's how the Anuhazi spell it themselves. And so when you got people like Ashiana coming from the Lyran High Council, from these higher indigo DNA, these Ayani, they're called the Ascended Masters, they're coming down and bringing this knowledge, you guys. You have discernment, and you check yourself. Like this, our friend just said, he just started reading Voyagers. Okay, this is where I'm teaching from. If you're a beginner, read Voyagers 1, because that will introduce you to spirits, other worlds, aliens, dimensions. She's going to talk to you about some of the guardian races. And then Voyagers 2, she's going to hit you with a whole bunch of shit. You're going to learn about Atlantis. You're going to learn about Lemuria. You're going to learn about something called the Sphere of Amenti. You're going to learn about the human hybridization experiment on Earth. How there was a seeding 1 destroyed, seeding 2 destroyed. We're on seeding 3. You're going to learn that Atlantis was real. Lemuria is a real place. Who cares if the History Channel or the government or the scientists don't say it exists? It exists. It existed. And quite frankly, it's still around. We even have the maps of these original continents that were in the first destruction. The continent became islands. There was nothing left except some islands. Hello, England, Ireland, Wales, Netherlands, Atlantis, just renamed, just forgotten in history books, just like these mud floods in Tartaria. You just forget what used to happen not even that long ago. But it's been cleaned up, it's been renamed, everything's been shifted around. You don't know what the F is up, but you think you know what's up because you're in some distorted consciousness. History is not even close to what you think it is. When you've got most scientists saying humans have only been around for 10,000 years, what the F, dude? We've been around for 560 million years. And that's not just on Earth history. You got to consider our entire history. Because we got history about those in the third dimension. We got history in the fourth and the fifth and the sixth. That's where humans exist on Tara. In the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension. That's a lot of history. And if you guys look at my diagram, remember, fifth dimension is around 39,000 AD. We're at 2023. Okay, they're at 39,051. That's crazy, dude. How much could they advance compared to us, you know? And the 5D'ers, oh, that is 5D. That's 5D. 60 years. That's like 50-something plus thousand years in the future. And you want to start talking about density 3? Forget about it. That's so far in the future. You're like, what? Huh? Yeah, there's most of the aliens, most of the extraterrestrials that we deal with are from density 2. That's made up of dimensions 4, 5, and 6. So some of them can be 4D, some of them will be 5D, some of them 6D. Hello, that's some of you. Some of you are starseeds. You're coming with this activated. That's because you're from these dimensions. The 4th, the 5th, and the 6th Templar. You're from those levels. And you're coming here like everyone else, but you're coming from the stars. See, most humans, their souls, after they die, souls, spirit, consciousness, goes to the morphogenic field in the earth core. Those beings, if they die by some destruction or something, they would go in Tara's core, which is 5D. Earth's core is in 2D. It's always the middle dimension. Earth is 1, 2, 3. Her core is in 2. Tara is 4, 5, 6. Her core is in 5. Gaia is 7, 8, 9. Her core is in 8. Armatena is 10, 11, 12. Her core is in 11. It's always in the middle dimension. That's part of the body of that planet, and it's where the morphogenetic field is of the planet and of the aliens. Every single, okay, let's say Earth's morph field. All animals, all plants, all living things have a morph field inside of Earth's morph field. So when they die, they go back to their morph field. Then they incarnate into a new bug life, human life, whatever life. You die again, go back to the morph field. Not heaven, not hell. You come, you're still part of Earth. You're still in Earth. Remember, morph fields are crystal bodies. They're like crystalline energy. And when you live on Earth, like right now, we're adding to your morph field. That's why everything you think, everything you do is added to your DNA. So the next time you live a life, hello, hope you set yourself up good for your next life. Because you're going to, if you were miserable, if you were angry here, if you lived a hateful life, that's all going into your morphogenetic field. Well, so is your 12th tribe. Remember, our immediate family is a family of 12. 12 tribe. Of course, you have more than one soul. The oversoul, one oversoul has 12 souls, but one soul has 12 incarnates. That's us. So our immediate family is a soul family of 12. So and guess what? I can't hold up 12 fingers. You're gonna have a male, female twin flame, male, female twin flame, male, female twin flame. See, we're going through 12 people, 12 lives. 6 is male, 6 is female. You get all these pairs. Isn't that interesting? Think about maybe what your female counterpart is, your male counterpart. What they doing simultaneously as you are in another time vector. See, that's not even talking about your parallel self. That parallel self has its own family of 12. You have your family of 12. I'm going to turn this fan off. So that's your first taste of being a multi-dimensional being. Because when we just explain to you, you actually have 12 souls, and every single one of those 12 souls have 12 incarnates. Well, that's 12 times 12. You have 144 lifetimes in this density, dimensions 1, 2, and 3. 144. So that a third of it is in dimension 1, subatomic life. A third of your consciousness is in plant, animal, elemental life. And the third of your consciousness is in human life. Lemurian, Atlantean, Aryan, Muvarian. You get it? So you have to live in all these dimensions to get the DNA from each dimension. Your soul, your twin flame is getting its part, you're getting your part, and all your 12 are getting your parts, and actually all your 144 are getting all your parts. And that's a small portion of your Christos family. Your whole Christos family is 1,728 other selves. And when you add all the lifetimes in density 1, all of your life incarnations in density 2 and 3 and 4, you're going to end up with 1,728 minimum. According to Ashana, some of the indigos and starseeds, they're going through special ascension, special projects like DNA, developing the DNA, all the way up to the highest codes. We got ascension codes, homie. And some of those are, okay, let's explain the blue flame, gold flame, violet flame, because it helps you understand the ascension codes. If you start to understand that we're in a structured reality and that these extraterrestrials, there's levels of ourselves in every single dimension. So there's a giant spectrum, guys, of life, of alien life. There's a whole bunch of extraterrestrial life in your own structure, in your own DNA. Remember, that's in your junk DNA. We have 3 strands. I mean, we're in the 3D, so you have at least 3 activated. And 9 are asleep. I did that wrong. 9 are asleep. So as a 3D'er, you're trying to get your 4D activated. Then you want to get your 5D activated. 60, 70, 80, 90, 10D, 11D, 12D. You'll have all your DNA activated when you get all 12 going, Bato. So DNA is a very big part of all this shit that's going on. And that's why there's beings like aliens who all look different, because they all have different DNA and they're all doing it on different planets. And so each planet is going to have their own different, living beings on it. I mean, isn't it interesting that we have blue flame beings on our planet? We have gold flame beings on our planet. We have violet flame. So that's spectrum. There's a spectrum. There's a bottom, there's a middle, there's a high. Okay? So it starts at the high level and projects itself or falls down and lives in the other you would say the other dimensions. So you're trying to return, you're trying to reclaim all your lower selves and bring them up to back to source God, because you were source God at the highest levels, who came down and experienced all these levels of itself. God is experiencing itself through all the extraterrestrials, through all of us. God's a creator being. God creates. God's creating experiences for itself. God's getting all these memories from all of us. Imagine that. Have you seen imagine if you had 5 other twins, or identical twins, or clones of yourself, and you all loved each other, and you worked as one bigger unit. Well, that's kind of like what your other selves are. It's a big giant unit, a collective of aliens from other worlds and planets. I mean, you stick to the human DNA. I'm just saying, you won't always just be on Earth. There's some humans on Sirius B. There's some humans in other planets. Even in the secret space program, they talk about how we're already exploring the galaxies. There's humans already around the galaxy, much less different dimensions. And once again, what does that do to our actual history? Our actual history is freaking unbelievable. Even though these aliens are trying to make us forget. They don't want us to know the truth. They don't want us to know what they really are. They want to manipulate, control us, control the resources of our planet, control the life on the planet. That's what they see. They see, like we would see dollar signs, they see resources in us, in our earth, in our animals and plants. They will take what they want, and without permission. Look what they do to poor cows and stuff. They just take what they want, leave the rest. You know, people are getting abducted. It's not a joke. People have this whole lifetime of being abducted, because it's not just once. Usually they keep taking you because you're part of some you've been tagged like cattle. You've been tagged, and now you have an implant, most likely. Speaking of implants, you can have sex and get an implant. Did you know that? You can pass on an implant through sexual fluids. Check out Lisa Renee's articles on that. She's also teaching some of the guardian materials. So you're going to learn that these beings are monitoring us. They are collecting data from our planet. They got access to our planet because they've gotten agreements with our governments, and our governments want to do it because they get advanced knowledge and technology from it. If these beings are so far ahead of us, who cares what they give? They give us little scraps, and we think it's magnificent, right? They don't realize that these are fallen angels. They don't give a shit about you. They don't play fair. They don't go by the rules. They won't have to stick to their agreement either. So we hear all this stuff about them doing stuff to us and making clones of us, or giving us issues or problems or diseases, or controlling our freedoms or our opportunities. Hello, definitely there's some surveillance going on. If you think our government is surveilling, what do you think they're doing, the aliens? And if some of us are aliens on the ground, we're the boots on the ground. Well, some of them are in spaceships. Some of them are in motherships. Some of them are outside of our frequency just a little bit and invisible. Like the Greys and the other spaceship UFOs, they can be invisible by simply being at a different vibration compared to our frequency and our dimension. I've heard Ashana talk about that. This is their abilities. What do you think when they abduct you? They don't keep you in dimension 3. It's been described where you're going to be taken to another reality. Then they can impregnate you, bring you back down to your reality. Now you have this baby from another race mixed with your DNA now. You know, so that's like child's play to them. To us, that's like, whoa, super advanced technologies. How, what? This is what's going on in drama of Earth, guys. Angels and archangels and fallen angels, or alien beings. Different genetics. You said it, Holy One. And even amongst us, some people have only 4-strand genetics. Some people have 5-strand genetics. Some people have 6-strand genetics and beyond. So we have 15 chakra. We have 15 gateways. We have 15, and that's just a regular Joe Schmo Christos avatar. 12. Then there's beings who have 24. Then there's beings that have 36 and then 48. That's 48 strands for you. I can't wait to get into the house because I'm going to show you on my PC my diagram again. I haven't been able to show you my diagram, but I have no idea how I'm going to connect my cell phone to my computer. I got to figure that one out. But this is all this monitoring and surveillance, you guys. It's all control. It's all freaking control, and that control is going to be used for something. They don't just control to have power. They're using control to do something with it. Something is going to be done with their power, with their control. And since we are in this ascension cycle, a Stargate opening cycle, they would love to have pole shift. It would wipe out the real estate on Earth, and then they could do whatever the F they want. I'm on my new soul quest. I'm on my soul quest. New high from PA. Can you talk? I think you meant talk, right? About, is there a hell on Earth for sure? Good question, Holy One. Thank you, KG. Wait, that wasn't KG. That was Laura. Is there a hell? Well, let's just say not from the religious point of view, because that's a place of lake of fire. That's a place of judgment. That's a place of casting you away from God. No, that's bullshit. Sorry. Religion is bullshit. Religion is the dark side. Even though it's called religion and you think it's good, well, look at the God that runs it. Look at the way this being behaves. Nothing like a guardian. Nothing like unconditional love. They're actually the opposite of it. Guardians aren't burning anger. Guardians don't put you in a state of fear. Fear God. What the F? Guardians, okay, don't put down half of your species, the women. They're not trying to manipulate the animal and plant kingdoms. Okay? We do that for money. We do that for sport. We'll mess around. We think animals are lowly and that they're lesser than us. We can do whatever the F we want to them. We can murder them. We could slaughter them, grow them and slaughter them to eat them. We could do whatever the F we want. You see the freaking distorted consciousness down here? So, it's a religion point of view, hell. You're not being damned to no lake of fire. It's freaking BS. Sorry if people believe in that, but not sorry, because this is the old thought processes. This is the old paradigm. Law of one. You think heaven and hell. Think law of one. What is law of one telling you? All are equal. All are God. If all are equal, all are God. There is no right. There's no wrong. There's no heaven. There's no hell. There's no damned beings. There's no blessed beings only. You know what I'm saying? Hello. All are one. Law of one. Or the distorted concept of heaven and hell, of punishment or reward. Those are false creeds. So, to answer your question, no, there is no judgment by a god. There is no punishment to a lake of fire. It's bullshit. But there is a place that has to do with physics, not spirituality, more or less, but these beings who have reverse consciousness, they have reverse consciousness, they fall into a different time matrix, a different reality field called phantom. They're in something called the phantom matrix, which has been described as a black hole subtime space distortion field. And they're in a reverse consciousness from the living. Living, live, L-I-V-E, live. Spell live backwards, E-V-I-L. The reverse of living is evil, is reverse. These beings have reverse consciousness. These are described as what's living in the phantom matrix, which you can kind of equate to hell, but it's not the religion point of view. It's a physics thing. It's a polarity. It's an issue of the reverse of their thoughts, their codes, what they stand for. They don't stand for light. They don't stand for God. They don't stand for freedom and all that. They stand for the opposite. Just think of the opposite word of on, off. The opposite word of good, bad, dark. Okay, the opposite. They like to do the opposite. They will do the opposite of love. They will do the opposite of grace. They will do the opposite of joy. Fear, guilt, shame. Understand the opposite in your religion. So there's kind of like a hell, but it's called a phantom matrix, what you can have when you have reverse consciousness and you're serving an anti-Christic code, anti-Christic consciousness against the Christos, against these high guardians of creation. You have reverse consciousness, you fall to phantom. It's not religion of being damned. There's not some God damning you. It is built into creation. This is what happens in creation. You do this, well, Creator designed it for you to do this to happen. So, hopefully that answered some of that. Machiwa, says Indigo Wizard. You said it. Unity, vato. Unite. It's a united. It's a unity field. So you might as well be united in the unity field instead of polarized and trying to be the opposite. See? Polar. Polarized. The opposite. Like this yin-yang symbol. It's two forces opposing each other. One is against the other, Light is guarding against darkness. Darkness is attacking the light. There's a polarity. Unity is coming together. No unity, polarization. You're serving dark, you're polarized. You're serving light, you're unity. Indigo said it. You unite. Or don't. You want to stay with those devils and demons and fallen ones? Go for it. Have fun. Being dog eat dog, shark eat shark. That sounds like a fun place to be. Not very safe. You think you're a badass, there's always going to be a bigger badass than you, vato. There's always going to be a bigger demon, a bigger fallen angel, a more wicked being. Because in that system, the more wicked you are, the more horrific you are, the better, the more powerful. See? Reverse. They're gaining power through taking and siphoning. We gain more code, more consciousness through enlightenment, through inspiration, and going towards expansion. And the thing about the fallen beings is they're going through something called, it's like a self-destruction, you guys. A self-destruction of your identity, of your memory. It's called the path of chaos. It's the destiny of sorrow. Because you may just become forgotten and lost and nothing. You see what I'm saying? Because you are destroying yourself. Excuse me. Let's say a reptilian has 10 strands of DNA and somehow, some way they die. Well, they're going to become a 9-strand, a different being now. They keep falling, they keep losing DNA, they keep losing their consciousness, they keep falling and falling. Archetype, astral, human, now you're going to become less than human. An elemental being, an animal being, a plant being, and then you become less than that. You're going to keep on falling? That's what this does. That's what that is. That's what's described by the guardian angelic nations. This is what happened with fallen beings. This is reverse life. This is for life. Pro-life. Are you pro-life or are you against it? Are you a narcissist? Are you a vampire? Are you a psychopath? You're against life. You're falling, Bato. And also, there's a concept here. Religion will say you're damned and you can't go back to the good. You can't go back to light because now you didn't do what you're supposed to do. You're damned forever. Bullshit. Hello. The guardians will make contracts with these beings. Some of these beings are tired of being manipulated by the Anu Elohim. Some of them don't want to be ruled by the Omicron reptilians. They get tired of being, you would say, the higher selves in their paradigm. They're controlling the little ones. The angels don't do that. The Omicron will. The Anunnaki will. See, they have direct access to your consciousness and DNA. And they will go against your free will. Guardians don't live that path. They don't go against free will of any being, much less their own lower aspects. But a Drake will. They will, and that's why some of these lower fallen angels, they say they don't want to do this anymore. They just keep getting used and used and used by their higher ups. Okay? So they will make a contract. They will switch sides. They will go back to the light by asking a guardian race, okay, like a blue flame, a gold flame, whichever race they're coming from. They're going to ask for help. They're going to ask for a host matrix. Host, that word, host, that means you're going to go inside the body with another soul. They're going to host you. You're going to be allowed to be hosted with an indigo child. The indigo's DNA is going to help your broken DNA. That's what's happening on Earth, you guys. The indigo type 3s, some of you are indigo type 3s. You have an Anunnaki Nephilim soul and an angelic, indigo Orifim angel soul in one body. You ain't going to hear that from the Bible. 2 souls in one body? Okay, so this is supposed to help this Nephilim 11-strand become a 12-strand Christed being. Bible says no mercy or no forgiveness. Hello. If the being wants to change, it's allowed to change. It has an opportunity to co-create with an angelic being and get their junk back. So that's happening on Earth. If you think about that, it's kind of weird that we have a bunch of humans and then there's some indigos trying to help fallen angels. Anyways, yeah. There's 83 of you guys on. Thank you for the likes, you guys. You guys hit that like button, smash that like button. If you enjoyed anything you've heard tonight, if you've learned anything, please hit that like button and consider subscribing, or consider actually leaving a donation, even $5, you guys. I thank you for even the small gift of $5 because we are all making a difference. And this is a group effort. It's not about Ashana. It's not about me or someone else. It's about all of us awakening. We want you to awaken. We want you to realize yourself, your higher self, and be part of the guardian force. We're called Team Indigo. We have all our contributions to make on planet Earth. Remember, this is about awakening and ascension. The Earth seeds want to get more than 3 strands so they can get out of density 1. Well, you're indigo. You have 6 strands. You don't need to get 3 strands. So you're obviously not here for that ascension. You're here to awaken, remember who you are, and help these 3-stranders become greater than what they are. Star seeds and indigos, aliens, part human, part alien, they're specifically help. We are part of ascension. Our consciousness helps rise other consciousness just by being here in your consciousness. Get that? If there's a whole ocean of 3D people on Earth, almost 8 billion, right? 8 billion people on Earth. Well, most of those are Earth seeds. And if you have a whole pool of Earth seeds and you sprinkle some 4D consciousness, some 5D consciousness, and 6D consciousness, you know, star seeds, well, this goes up. Earth's consciousness goes up when star seeds arrive. Vatos, what's up? Spiritual gangsters. The Earth wants us, the Earth needs us. Change in temperature. Sun went down. I definitely need more snacks because I don't want to just keep eating bananas and I made myself some alkaline electric chili. It's freaking awesome. I want to share the recipe with you. I'm gonna start sharing recipes with you guys when I get to a house. I can't really do it out here, you know. I mean, cook it in front of you so you can learn how to do it. Thank you guys for being here. Much respect to you. A lot of you are starseeds. A lot of you are aliens. Part alien, part human. We're the good ones. The nice ones. We're supposed to be representing that light code. Yeah? A lot of the drama, you guys, that we're dealing with the angels and the aliens are the Anunnaki race who are coming from, they're actually Anu Dracos. Remember, they're not only Anunnaki, they're Anu Dracos, most of them. There is Jehovian Anunnaki. That's the pure Anunnaki. So that's who we're dealing with. Mostly Anunnaki and the hybrid Anunnaki from Nibiru. And also we're dealing with reptilians. Mostly. Not only. Like the Necromaton beetle people, they're part of the problems on Earth too. They have messed with us in World War II as well, in the different wars. So, hello. But it's mostly the dragons, and according to most of Ashiana's newest work, she's saying that the dragons are coming into most of the power, which is because mostly the Anunnaki have been the strongest, but the dragons are starting to become the strongest, just so you know. Which are what? They're technically called something called, let's say, dragon or Dracon. But you would say their covenant is called draconian. But realize, always remember that the Draconians have a higher up. Was that an orb? The Draconians have a higher up called Omicron Dragon Moth. They're part dinosaur, part insectoid, part reptilian. And they're the ones that created, they literally used genetics to create the Anunnaki, the Jehovanians. The Jehovians, created the Anunnaki. Wait, no, I just said that. They are the Anunnaki. So that's one side, and then you got the reptiles, and it's the Omicrons who created the Draconians, and so they're like competing gangsters in the galaxy, competing gangsters in the multiverse, and actually it was the Omicron Dragomoths and the Anu Elohim who started it all. Planet Avion, Vato, against Planet Vega. So it was the Anu Elohim coming from Planet Avion, which is where all the Violet Flame races live. And they wanted to replace the Guardians. They wanted to be the top dog. They wanted to be the ones in control and ones in power. So they said, hey, we're coming from the blue flame, so help us wipe out the reptilians, the Omicron. And the High Council said, no, that's not the way of law of one. That's not how you solve problems. You need to grow up, and both of you need to heal. Both the Anunnaki and the Elohim need to, the reptilians, Omicron, need to heal. So we're not going to help you go destroy the reptilians. And so the Anunnaki, or the Anu Elohim, didn't like that answer. So they took it upon themselves to declare war on everything that was not Anu Elohim. That's how fallen angels roll. So they're against everybody, right? And so they attacked the Lyran planet. The feline hominid, Christos planet. They blew up Stargate 12, dude. That's what the Anu Elohim did. That was before humans are created. That's before Anunnaki are created. This is an Elohim war. The Elohim are the El family. E-L. El stands for Elohim. And so when you got these creatures like Michael, oh, your precious guardian angelic, archangelic, that's an fallen Elohim. It's a race of people. All your hierarchy of angels, it's a bunch of fallen angels. One day you wake up, and everything you thought was religion and good and God and Jesus and all that, you find out it's freaking a bot. Fallen angels and aliens from other worlds, reptilians and Anu Elohims, and what the F? You were serving the wrong side. Billions of you. That's how many are in religion. Go check, Google it. How many people follow religion? Or how many people follow that religion or this religion? So, what it's about, you guys, it's about us awakening to the truth of what has happened to us. Reviewing some of this history. And finding out what they're doing right now in 2023, for example. Who are the bad guys? Who are these aliens on Earth? What families? What wealthy people? What people in control? What leaders are in control? These are the alien beings, man. Who look human because they're hybrids. Designed. The geneticist made sure that they can make themselves look like us. Mix in with us. No wonder they're taking your blood when you're born as a baby They take your blood. They take your little footprints, your little fingerprints, like you're a criminal, and they take your blood sample. Oh, wow. Why did you do that? Did you just give the database your baby's blood? Now they know what you are. Is your child? Well, let's check. Oh, you're one of those indigo children. Send thee my lab. Abduct. Abduct. Contact. Monitor. Surveillance. Implant. You're gonna have a effed up life. No, don't give the doctor your freaking baby's blood. Mari, yes, that's what we're doing. That's what indigos do. We're serving light. We're teaching the guardian way. We're talking about the law of one. That's what we do. It's about healing. But when you look at the earth, it's not healing. So, and we already know that there's going to become a phantom earth. So those are all the humans that fell. We already know that we cannot heal everyone. We already know that not everyone is ascending, because they have God's sovereign free will, and they choose with their free will to serve darkness. So most of the people you know are going to fall. We want to heal. We want to heal, or to have everyone ascend, but not everyone is. We're not trying to be pessimistic. It's the fact that the guardians know the future, because they're in that future. They know what happens, and they can tell, they can see when the timelines shift. They know when things change. They monitor time and space, so to speak. They know that what happens to us already. So we're still, like you said, trying to heal as many people. Offer the healing to heal themselves. We're not saviors. Remember that concept. We're not infringing on other people's free will. There's a difference between guardians and fallen angels. Guardians will not infringe on your free will. So if you never reach out to a guardian, they're not going to reach out to you. So you got to learn how to reach out to them. You're giving them permission. Now they're not going to go against your free will because you allowed them. Fallen angels don't give a shit. They will take your free will. They will go against your free will. Hello. Okay? So this is a spiritual war, guys, between angels and aliens, and the ones that are serving law of one and the ones who are not. And there's a long history here, a very long history. And they're mostly just want the freaking stargates. They want our gates. Because while some people believe planet Earth is these ridiculous New Age distortions, obscene, clownish, they think that the Earth is the center of the creation, that all the planets, all the star systems circulate around Earth, and that the human race is the Akayimataya. It couldn't be farther from the truth, Vatos. You're not the center of the Earth. You certainly weren't created first. You're one of the last ones to be created 560 million years ago. You were created 560 million years ago, and there's beings who are 950 billion years old. You ain't the center of shit. Understand? Get that ego worked out, because there's a lot of arrogance and pride there when people think They're the center of the universe. And everything else serves you. No, wrong, distortion. You're not the center of the universe. But however, I will say that our planet is very special because of the Stargate network in it. That's why these fallen angels want our gates, so they can go cause more problems for other time matrices. And our job as guardians is to not let that happen at all costs. I remember Ashana telling a very emotional story one time. She's telling about how we had to self-destruct ourselves one time just to stop them from getting our stargates. The decision was made to destroy the crystal cities before they took them over completely, because they already invaded. They got through inner Earth. They were at the door of our crystal cities, our temples, and the Guardians made the decision, because we couldn't stop them from coming in, so we made the decision to destroy them, self-destruct ourselves. So now they didn't get the gates because we destroyed it. We destroyed the cities. We stopped them from doing it by self-destructing. That's how serious our covenant is, vatos. We're serving as guardians. That has something to do with stargates. There's a stargate near Sedona. Hello, what's up, Arizona? There's a stargate near Florida, connected to that Bermuda area. I wonder why there's so many weird, strange energies there. Temporal energies that take airplanes and send them somewhere else. What? What about that Phi X Philadelphia experiment? What was that all about? It was about the gray aliens. They gave them this technology when the truth of the matter is the gray aliens were opening a wormhole. Thank you, Philadelphia experiment. Thank you, Montauk. Machiwa. These aliens are tricky. They trick us into doing their bidding. They open up these portals, even with technologies on the planet now. See, when I tell you about the Battlestar Nibiru, it sounds so insane. But you know that there's Stonehenge. You know that there's underground cities, underground crystal cities, or these colossal crystals that used to be there. We used to have them on Earth. We used to have these major powers, man, called the Ankh. We had Great Ankh. We had Little Ankhs. Okay, we had 5D technology on Earth once before, but we weren't responsible. The Guardians took away our toys. Now the crystal cities were not on Earth. They're on inner Earth and parallel Earth. So this is part of our heritage. And this is how we're so mixed up in these alien races and beings. I mean, Corey Good talks about some of this inner Earth and about some of the races there, and also the blue avians. There is blue beings. We have the Maharaji. Okay, those are blue people. We have the Azarites. Those are blue angels. We have actually they're the highest angels. They have 48 strands of DNA, and they can exist in any dimension, any density. We have. Okay, let's talk about the blue flame. I forgot to mention that. We have God. God created itself, levels, you would say, levels of itself. The first levels were the Akkadic level, Polaric level, and Triadic level. These are not extraterrestrials. These are called ultra-terrestrials. They don't have bodies. They're pure consciousness. They're eternal gestalts of consciousness, collectives. These beings that God created, downstepped into, projected its own consciousness into, these beings are God. These beings are a downstep of God. So these are called ascended masters. Ascended masters are participating in hologram fields, 15-dimensional hologram systems. They decide together as a groups. They go in groups and go into a hologram system, a 15-dimensional reality system. And the first 3 levels are 13th, 14th, and 15th dimension. Out of 15 dimensions, the top 3 are the ones that come in first. Those are called solar rishi. They're like thermoplasm. You don't have no aliens yet. You don't have planets yet at that level. These solar rishi, they look like suns. It's hot plasm. They don't have arms and legs, eyeballs and stuff. They don't look like aliens. They don't look like humans. They're a total different ball game. Look at a sun. They're like a sun. And there's 3 families of suns, of collectives, okay? And they became the blue flame, holy Elohai. The gold flame, holy Seraphai. The Brahmarama, the violet flame beings. These are 3 creations of God that came in from the Ascended Masters. The Ascended Masters created them in one hologram field. You guys, there's countless hologram fields. There's many 15-dimensional time matrices. Well, these Ascended Masters, they choose with their own free will to collaborate and go into a hologram. Well, we're talking about our hologram, not others. Our 15-dimensional, 950 billion year old hologram is being projected by these Ascended Masters. They come in, they create these 3, blue flame, gold flame, violet flame, and now these are the meta-terrestrials. So the ultra-terrestrials, Ascended Masters, create the hologram fields that are called meta-terrestrials, and now the top level meta-terrestrials, they're the ones, 13, 14, 15 dimension, blue flame, gold flame, violet flame, Elohai, Seraphai, Brahmarama. They are the ones, each one is going to branch off and create its own aliens on different planets. The blue flame, Elohai, the gold flame, Seraphai, and the violet flame, Brahmarama. Violet flame, they create water beings and fantasy beings, like what we think is fantasy. Like all the aquatic dolphins, all of the whales, all of the Pegasus, unicorn, aquatic apes. All these beings are being created by the violet flame solar rishi. Okay, that's not us, that's the violet flame. We're the gold flame, or blue flame. We're the blue flame. We come from holy Elohai. That's why I always pray to myself, to ourself, the holy Elohai. You can connect to your holy Elohai. You have a higher part in there. They're the highest level beings, man. Blue flame came first. Gold flame came next. It was smaller. Violet flame came last. It's the smallest. Smallest in energy, smallest in consciousness. The blue flame is always the largest, the greatest expansion within our 15-dimensional hologram. So, these beings, the blue flame, we'll talk about them first. These beings create the feline, lyran, hominid people. Like the movie Avatar. Okay? According to Ashiana, they had blue skin, and it doesn't make sense to me, but they had blue skin. So, I say that only because they're liquid light. So, anyways, these liquid light beings are in 12th dimension. And they're the feline hominids, and they're part of where we come from. So the Lyrans, Anuhazi, they're called Anuhazi. The Anuhazi make a race. They're in density 4, which is dimensions 10, 11, and 12. Density 4. Well, they're 12th dimension, and they make their race in dimension 9, density 3. So that's a Lyran, Sirin, Anuhazi. The Anuhazi create a Lyran, Sirin, Anuhazi only because their planet was destroyed, so they had to flee. They fled to Sirius. They fled to their friends in Sirius B. So that's why they created a race called Lyran, Sirin, because they're now part Sirin. We are no longer just Lyran, guys. We're Lyran, you know, the ETs, extraterrestrials, aliens. We're also Sirin because we got help. We got hosted on Sirius. That was actually part of our ascension before. That's how close we are with the Syrians. We're coming out of the Sirius A now. But remember, our older selves, our more ancient selves, are coming out of Lyra. Everybody came out of Lyra. The reptilians were on Vega. Well, they left Vega and they went to Orion. The ones that were on Avion, the Violet Flames, they are in different systems as well. So we are learning this heritage. We're learning this history. And so we can understand who we are. So I'm going to name some of these races, and maybe you guys will identify with some of them. Because maybe you've had dreams. Maybe you've had communications with some of these races. And that's who you are. You're not going to see a race. You're not going to see them unless you are part of them. Does that make sense to you? Like, I saw Lyran. Well, I'm part of Lyran. You're not going to see your DNA. If you're not their DNA, you're not going to see them. So, generally speaking, what I'm talking about is spiritual communication. So, the Lyran, Sirin, Anuhazi, they were the ones who created the hominids. See, that's why it trips me out. You know, why is there blue skin and why is there hominids when the avatars are Lyran cat people? You see what I'm saying? Anyways, their Lyran, Sirin, Anuhazi are the ones who create the DNA that are for hominids. And so there's some race that comes out of them called the Azarites. There's another race called the Oraphim angels. There's another race called the Maharaji. And now, finally, after those races, come the Turanesium race. What's the Turanesium? Well, they're the Turanesium angelic human race. Are we angelic down here with 3 strands? No, but we will be when we get 12 strands. That's 9 more dimensions later. Eventually, we will get 12 strands. Okay? That is a Turanesium living, a human living in the higher level than us. They're in Tara. We're in Earth. Okay? So that's the blue flame, basically. They create some more races. Like, that's where the Pleiadians come out. That's where the Arcturans come out of, the blue flame. We got different races in the blue flame. Now, the gold flame. Oh, by the way, the Anunnaki come out of the blue flame. That's where they come in. That's our fallen angel group. I mean, they come from our people. They fell from our people. Okay? So that's the blue flame. That's Holy Elohai. Do you resonate with any of those races? Okay? Or maybe you resonate with the gold flame race. The gold flame Holy Seraphi. By the way, let me mention real quick. Elohai, good. Fallen Elohai become what's called Elohim. Dark, fallen, not good. They're very nice. I mean, they're not nice. They're very naughty. They're very dark. They're wicked. So, why is the word Elohim in the Bible? You don't hear the Bible saying Elohai. So, you know who you're dealing with. Now, the gold flame Seraphi, if they fall, that becomes a seraphim. Why is seraphim also in the Bible? Because you're talking about fallen angelics. You're not talking about Holy Elohai. You're not talking about Holy Seraphi. You're talking about Elohim and seraphim. So the seraphim races, before they fall, the good ones, seraphim races, well, they're all good before they fall. The seraphim, they have many races. Like we just had the Anuhazi. Well, they create the Omicron. Well, there's something called the Omicron dragon moths. Okay, they're part dinosaur, part reptilian, part insectoid. They have, imagine a dragon with wings, or something called the Mothman. I talk about the Mothman. People have seen them before. Those are freaking Omicron dragon moths. There is no dragons yet. Not yet. It started with Omicrons. Okay, the dragons aren't created yet. Now, we also have a brother-sister race called Odedicron. Just as, you know, they're not dinosaurs, but they're part reptilian avian. So we got Omicron, we got Odedicron, we got another alien race. They're bird people called the Ceres. These Ceres are spelled C-E-R-E-Z. Now pay attention, guys, because you might be attracted to one of these races. So the Ceres bird people, they're the ones that bring in the wings for angels. You don't get wings without Seraphi. Holy Seraphi, Ceres bird people. Anything bird, anything avian, gold flame. Holy Ceres. The Ceres race did not fall. They stayed Seraphi. The other ones fell, became Seraphim. That was the Odedicron fell. The Omicron fell. Now, there's something called mantis beings. The mantids. The mantids are peaceful beings, and they're called Athien. A-I-T-H-I-E-N. Athien. Peaceful beings. They look like praying mantis. They're supposed to be very tall and white. White and very tall, but serving law of one. They're good. The mantids are good. Praying mantis in general, they're supposed to be good. Okay, they're trying to help evolve the seraphim, fallen Zeta. That's who's next. The Zeta Reticuli. Have you heard of them? Well, they have a precursor called Zephlihim. Zephlihim are a more ancient race, a more powerful race than the Zeta Greys, but that's where the Greys come from. You also have the Rigels from planet Rigel, but they're the most darkest, you would say, gray aliens. So you got other gray aliens that aren't as bad, but those are the Zeta Reticuli. But the Zeta Regalians are very dark. So you have the Zephlihim, the Zeta Reticuli, the Zeta Regalian, and then you have, I think I mentioned all the races of the gold flame. Because it's hard to. Okay, I'll get to the hybrids, but anyways, that's what came out of the gold flame. Do you guys resonate with any of those races? Because you could be gold flame. You could be a gold flame Seraphi guardian race who is trying to help heal some of the fallen reptilians. We are supposed to help. Humans are supposed to help. Lyrans starseeds, guardians, indigo children. We're supposed to help our fallen races, which is the Anunnaki. If you're coming out of gold flame, you're supposed to help the gold flame fallen races. Recuperate, heal their consciousness. They're part of your people. They're part of your DNA. They're coming from Orion or Vega. That's your people, if you're Seraphim. Okay, now we get to the gold flame, or the violet flame. You guys, there's not much drama with the violet flame. There's not many fallen angels from the violet flame. The violet flame stayed cool, man. They stayed good. There is no fallen races. Like, we have specific fallen races from the blue flame. We have specific gold flame fallen races, but there is no specific fallen violet flame races. Most of the drama is between blue flame and gold flame. Okay? They're competing gangsters, man. They don't like each other. They'll F with the humans, but they'll also F with each other because they want the same thing. They both want Earth. The violet flames chill, man. They're cool. But that's not, that, you know, there is still some problems in the violet flame called the Great White Brotherhood. If you're into that New Age Great White Brotherhood or that Saint Germain shit, well, understand you're getting deceived, holy ones. Okay? So we don't talk much about the violet flame, but I personally, you know, when you guys have spirit guides, you know, those are part of your family. What's up? Did you think about that? You realize that most aliens are animal creatures? We're just another type of creature, another type of body form. Okay? And some of the body forms up there are beetle people, bird people, all these different kinds of people. Okay? That is a higher form. We assume these lowly animals of ours aren't shit when they're actually more ancient than you are in the universal scope. So the violet flame has something called the aquatic ape. They have Pegasi. I love Pegasi, dude. So that I know I'm coming partly out of the violet flame. And according to Ashiana, we actually spend time, we spend lifetimes in all the flames. In the flight, you're going to spend time in the blue flame, the gold flame, the violet flame. However, most of your energy, most of your lifetime is devoted to one, mostly. Like a majority is blue flame, or a majority is gold flame, or a majority is violet flame. Okay? So, of course, there's going to be millions and billions of other aliens. Okay? We're mostly talking about what's going on in human drama. And we can list about 100 different aliens that are messing with us. So, but this gives you, this video tonight, hopefully gave you guys a good, you know, idea, the scope of the topics of angels and aliens. Let me check the time. I'm so grateful to you guys because a lot of you guys are going through this yourself. You are finding out that you have other parts. And if some of you are seeing dark beings in your spiritual journey, if you see these freaking dark beings and you get nightmares, you get them attacking you, hello. That means you're part of a hybrid and they have access to you. But this is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to flip-flop if you want to. You don't have to be a fallen angel. You don't have to go down those dark creeds. You could change. This is your chance. What do you feel like doing? Do you like all this dark witchcraft and shit? Are you into the cult, like dark occult? You like to harm people with energies? You give people the evil eye? You casting spells? Are you making Ouija dolls? Are you burying stuff in the graveyard and shit? Machua. You know what creed you're serving, right, Pato? You guys, you've heard of Enoch, right? And the Watchers? Enoch and the Watchers. What are those? He's talking about fallen angels who seduce your human females. Hello, angels, aliens, otherworldly beings. You think Enoch's cool. You think Thoth is cool. You think Archangel Michael's cool. Well, Enoch flip-flop, honey. He was guardian and then wasn't guardian. And then this asshole switched back to fourth a few times. So, when is he good? When is he not good? Who teaches you occult? Who teaches you magic? Was it not the Watchers? The fallen angels? Okay? Who creates these gods for you to worship? Who created Apollo, Zeus? Who are these freaking beings? Who are the Sumerian gods? Who are the Egyptian gods? What are these pantheon of gods? Why are there councils of gods? Man, these are no freaking gods. You getting the point yet? Are you getting the idea yet? Interdimensional alien beings traveling to our world, more powerful, more technological, effing with us. Effing with your belief systems, effing with your health, your food, your water, your freedom, getting more constricted, giving you more distortions, giving you more diseases, giving you more. What is this life? Is this life? Is this living? Is this. Where's this going? It's going somewhere, guys. And you know, these beings, they have a track record. And when you learn, even if you just look at Voyagers 2, you're going to learn about all of the floods they started. You're going to learn all of the diseases they started. You're going to learn all of the corruption and the politics they did in Atlantis. They were once responsible for Atlantis. They were called the Templar Solar Initiates. The Templar, remember, there's that word again, connected to the Guardians, connected to the Stargates. The Templar Solar Initiates got influenced by the fallen Anunnaki. Now it became corrupt. Now the Templar Solar Initiates took Atlantis and turned it upside down. Now the Atlantean people, brilliant people, right? Marvelous wonders that they create and built, now they become corrupt. Now they become dark, and now they want to rule the planet. They want to conquer the Lemurians, and they did. They wiped out the Lemurians once. Some were evacuated, some were underground, and became priestcraft inside the inner Earth. There is Lemurians who survived, who made it to inner Earth, and became the priestcraft down there. Okay, so, but some were taken off planet and went elsewhere. When everything was settled, some of them were brought back. So there's a whole history of hybridization where we have these wars. There's something called the, not just the Elohim wars, the angelic wars. There was something called the electric wars. You could read that in Voyagers. That wiped us out, man. Because it was like Star Wars in the sky. It was the fallen Elohim fighting with some other. No, actually, the Elohim were good then. There was a race called Elohim, not the high-level Elohim, like a lower Elohim. Just like you have Liran Anuhazi and Liran Sirin Anuhazi. There's different levels of itself. Some became bad. And actually, those Elohim became bad. They were once part of the Syrian Council. They were helping the Syrian Council. Some of the Syrian Council are Anunnaki. So there's good Anunnaki. You guys, we're not saying all Anunnaki are bad. We're not saying all reptilians are bad. Their people are, in general, their planet is, but there's ones who are good. Okay? Just like there's good and bad humans. So, you can tell the difference between them, man. You can tell who's good and bad by what their creed is, what their belief is, what their agenda is. That tells you mostly what you need to know about what their real focus is on, right? So, we got all these influences in our movies. We talk about aliens in movies. We have TV shows about aliens. We have UFOs that people have filmed and recorded. I have seen a UFO. I've been in a UFO. Some of you have been abducted by my lab. Some of you are abducted by guardians. Some of it's a good experience. Some of it's a bad experience. There's lots of experts in this fields now. You got, for example, Ancient Alien shows. or Gaia shows. Linda Moulton Howe. I met her in person. I got a photo with her. I met with George Norrie. He talks about that stuff. I mean, he's one of the what do you call narrators, right? Or interviewers. I met them, and I met Emery Smith. I got to talk to Emery Smith. I wanted to. I met. I didn't meet, but I saw David Wilcock. I wanted to talk to um, Corey Goodman, but he wasn't there. I don't know why. I really wanted to see Corey Good, but for some reason he wasn't at that one. But this is coming more and more out, you guys. And if it just this is just my opinion, I'm sure it's other people's opinion, but there's a lot of disclosure coming out. There's a lot of stuff coming out about these aliens now. They didn't talk about them before. They didn't. Did you ever hear the news or anyone say something about aliens and UFOs like they're real and shit? Well, there's some agendas going on with that. Maybe project, it's got like this blue color beam. Watch those hashtags. They're gonna come out with aliens. You're gonna hear about aliens in the worldwide news, whether it's good or bad. You're gonna eventually be out in the open with aliens, man. That's being disclosed. Whether you believe that or not, man, it's happening. Stuff is being allowed to come out. Stuff is coming out. Whistleblowers and more whistleblowers are telling you from their personal experience. Even the Pope says they're aliens. And as long as these aliens believe in Jesus, hey, they're welcome, he said. Anyways, you're going to hear more and more. Maybe 10 years ago, you didn't believe in aliens. Well, maybe now you might consider, but by tomorrow and next few years, you're gonna say, yeah, the aliens are real. We got our own spaceships. Humans got their own technologies. You're not allowed to know that. Shh! Quiet! Don't talk about that stuff. It's secret. No, it's not. We don't actually need you. We can see it for ourselves. You see? Do you see? Close these eyes. Open this eye. Close. Open this eye. Go check for yourself, homie. Are you not opening your Templar? Okay. So you don't have to rely on someone else now. Now you can check that it's not bullshit. That there's some truth to it. There's too much in our cultures, too much in our conversations on the line. Too many people talking about this. Too many people have had their own experiences. After a while, it's like, isn't it not obvious? If they're trying to cover up aliens, they're going to try to distort it. If they do get released, if we do start getting proof, they're going to try to alter the truth or proof, try to dismiss it. They're experts at that. They get good at that. So eventually you have to rely on your own truth. You find it within. You go within. You learn meditation. You learn to expand your consciousness. You learn how to really reach these worlds, guys. It's not a joke. You don't need drugs. I'm not on drugs. I stopped smoking. Hello, didn't you know that? We are spiritual adepts. We are becoming into our mastery. We're learning to what our potential is in our bodies, in our consciousness, in our energy. We're learning from each other. I want to say that we can activate each other Like I meet you, you meet me online or whatever. Uh, we have conversations. We share information and knowledge, awareness. We activate each other. I needed you. I needed your conversation. You needed my conversation. We needed to activate each other's. We are bringing in our pieces. Ashiana calls it dropping codes. We're dropping codes, homie. We're bringing our piece. You're bringing your piece. You're bringing your piece. Every piece is a contribution to the Team Indigo, to Team Light, okay? Towards the awakening of our planet and our people. Yes, we've been effed with by these aliens. Well, there's a shift, and we're doing it peacefully. Consciousness, okay? If that can change across the board, there's no need for weapons and ammunition. Hello. We do it through this. We awaken. We get it. We see. We feel now. And we stand in our power. We own light. We represent it. We send it out to the rest of the world to heal it, to awake, to help and assist their energies to awaken. We do this together, Batos. Thank you for coming to my live. Thank you for exploring your own ideas and beliefs, because it's kind of like a controversial topic, right? And here at Christos Avatar, we do share a very unique point of view coming out of Oceana Dean, the Guardian materials. And why haven't you already downloaded Voyagers 2? That's just the beginning of your paradigm shift. That's the beginning of your awakening, Vatos, because there's so much more higher concepts that you still haven't learned. Have you learned about your Merkaba field? Do you know what your morphogenetic crystal body is? Do you know what your fire letter ascension codes are? Okay? We're learning actual ascension mechanics, energy mechanics, consciousness technologies. And beware, because there's a lot of false ascension, new age mechanics, like Drunvalo or like someone similar who's very convincing. You think they're the real deal, and then you find out they're not. So there's pitfalls, there's landmines. We have to have discernment, and I always recommend that you guys check any new age, anything you find out there, compare it to the law of one. Do you understand the law of one yet? All are God. Everything is within the unified field of God. Creator, God, created all. So nothing that God created can go separate. Even if it went bad and negative and dark, how is that separate from God? You can't go separate from God when God is everything. God is all. God is Anunnaki. God is Holy Liran. God is Jeshua. God is Toth. You know, God is Enoch that's fallen. God is a little bug. God is a rock. God is everything. It's all within the unified God field. When a being becomes fallen, they can go back to light. They just have to heal themselves. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to heal the planet. We're teaching these things. All of us, we're all light. We're all trying to connect to our higher selves and our light within, our understanding within. We get activated. We get turned on. We bring it in. This opens, it's bringing in current. Open this, you're bringing in more conscious current. Bring open this. And that's the higher dimensions of current. You're greater than this. You have much greater things around the corner, holy ones. You will see these holy beings. It's very humbling to see an angelic, to see you in your glory, okay? Before you got distorted here on Earth by fallen Avenger races called Anunnaki and some dark reptilian Omicron dragon boss. Machiwa vatos, what's up? Yeah, feeling good. Feeling good. Oh yeah, we're bringing it. We're owning it. You know what's up? You are learning what's up. You're feeling it. And it's undeniable. You recognize it. You recognize light. You recognize guardians. Because you're part of them. It's in your DNA. And you're getting attracted to this information, the Ashiana Dean information, the guardian information, because you're part of it. You were meant to see that Carrie Cassidy Ashiana Dean interview. Have you seen it yet? Check it out. And here's another thing. Some of you were complaining about a lot of those videos being taken down. My first question to you is, why weren't you downloading all of those videos into your own computer? Why weren't you keeping a record of those yourself? I did. Okay, since way back in the day, I got those videos. Okay? Why aren't you downloading your own library of Ascension Mechanics? Because it could go down, because it's going down. Did you notice? They're going down. Now there's not many channels uploading that information. So once again, I'm asking you, download it yourself. Keep records yourself, you guys, because they're going to try, these dark forces are going to try to control this knowledge, to canal this knowledge, to direct this knowledge. No, hello. I love you guys. We made lots of videos about aliens and angels. Take a look. Much respect to you and your spiritual journey. What? There's still a lot of people online. There's like we do these almost every day, guys. So we'll see each other again. I'll see you on the flip flop. Yes. And please smash that like button, you guys. Hit that like button and consider subscribing. You want to hear more of this? And go read some of the master's teachings. Check out Ashiana Dean, now called Iyasha. Our sister Iyasha is the one who started this all. She's called Speaker One. You think I'm a little bit smart or something? Dude, check her out. She will blow you away. You probably won't even understand everything she says. That's our teacher. Machiwa. Gaius. Star seeds. Alien beings. Welcome, holy ones. And you are holy. That's why we break that down so you understand your identity. Machiwa. Peace, vatos. I'll see you again soon. Come on back again and we'll bring it. We'll own it. We'll say, what's up? What's up, dragon? What's up, narcissist? What's up, politician? We're going to transmute this shit. We're going to cleanse. We're going to purify this consciousness. We're bringing back the Christ, the real Christos. Are you realizing Christos within yourself, Vato? We want that 12 strand. They don't want you to have your 12 strand. Get your 12 strand, honey. Learn about your Maharic shield. You want that. Learn about your plasma body. Learn about your Kalantic science. Learn about Kathara. Namaste, guys. Shaddai Ude Akuntum. Shaddai Ude Akuntum. Shaddai Ude Akuntum. Gosh, I love you. Inner peace, Vatos.